morning everyone. Now today we will start chapter number 15 and the name is probability. As a beginning of the chapter, I will recall everything. Probability name indicates it's a possibility. When we have a possible number of outcomes when doing any experiment or event. सबसे पहले what is event? Any action that occurs and having some possible results. Like when you toss a coin, you have the possibility of getting how much as a result, either head or tail. So there are two possibilities, but you are not sure when I or you will toss the same coin, what will be the result or outcome. So in this case, the term is probabilistic. If I will toss a coin, I will get a head. This statement is a probabilistic statement. We also deal with a word which is known as random experiment. How we define this? Whenever we perform any experiment without any predetermined strategy or path, the experiment is said to be random. Suppose I am having a bag which contains 4 marbles of different colors, and I pick or choose a marble without seeing them. I don't know the color which I will get as a result. So this experiment is a random experiment. I choose one random marble from the bag without pre-deciding कि मुझे specific इसी color का marble निकालना है या उसे observe करते हुए निकालना है. So such type of experiment is known as random experiment. Event, I already told you, any action or activity that occurs, outcomes, the result of the event. So read this. This is P of E means probability of occurring or happening event E. If P of E represents the probability of occurring or happening of event E, then what we call it P of E dash or probability of complement of E. It represents what? Probability of not happening E. As we all know, या तो काम होगा या फिर नहीं होगा. Sure, दोनों में से एक चीज तो होगी. Either head will come or not. So the sum of these two will always be equals to 100%, and 100% in probability indicates 1. So probability of E plus probability of E dash is always equals to 1. Like there is a 40% chances of winning a match, then there will be 60% chances to lose the same match, because the sum of these two will be equals to 100. So if the probability of occurring any event is P of E, then probability of not occurring the event is P E dash. So from this formula, if we have the value of probability of occurring, we may easily find the probability of not happening, and by reverse, if we have the probability of not happening, we may easily find the probability of happening. So probability of E equals to, we will get 1 minus P E dash. Similarly, probability of P E dash equals to 1 minus probability of E. And when we move to the exercise, we have only one exercise and another one is optional in our chapter probability. There are some objective questions or some certain result aspect based question, like probability of any event equals to 0. Then event is a special event whose name is impossible. If the probability of any event is 0, the event named as impossible event. If probability of any specific event equals to 1, then the event is known as sure, and another term certain event. The more important conclusion that comes out to be, probability of any event cannot be greater than 1 and cannot be less than 0. 0, किसी भी इवेंट की प्रोबेबिलिटी 0 से छोटी नहीं हो सकती और 1 से बड़ी भी नहीं हो सकती. If you are solving a question, you are not able to solve the question and you got a wrong result will be considerable. लेकिन अगर आप सॉल्व करें और आपके क्वेश्चन में प्रोबेबिलिटी 1 से बड़ी आ रही है तो इट्स नॉट एक्सेप्टेबल, क्योंकि किसी भी इवेंट की प्रोबेबिलिटी 1 से बड़ी नहीं हो सकती, क्योंकि 1 means what? 100%. If probability of any event equals to 1, it's a sure and certain event. Probability of any event equals to 0, it's an impossible event. There are some questions in which generally we ask, is this a possible probability? I will check. Probability can be in fraction. Yes, it can be. Probability can be in decimal. Yes, it can be. Probability can be in percentage. So probability in percentage, how we may calculate? Simply probability of any event multiplied by 100. So 74% can be the probability of any event. Yes, it is. So these are the possible cases or the values of the probability of any event. But what will not be the possible probability? Let's probability of any event can be 5 by 3. Not possible. Why it is so? Because in this case, this fraction number is greater than 1. As we discussed, probability cannot be greater than 1, so it will not be a possible probability. If I will say probability of any event equals to 125%, no, this is not possible because probability cannot be greater than 100%. If I will say probability of any event equals to 1.34, yes, it can be possible in decimal, but decimal number must be less than 1. So 1.34 is a decimal number which is greater than 1. So this is also not a possible probability for any event. So now you are able to judge which will be a possible probability or not. When we come in the chapter, we generally deal as per for the 10th class. There are 4 different broad categories of the questions. First one is based on points. We will see the cases of points. How many points? 1, 2 and 3. At max you will see in class 10 combinations of 3 points, not more than 3 points. Second, dice. We will see combination of 1 die and 2 die. Not more than 2 die. Third, cards. Questions related to a pack of 52 cards. And the last broad category is balls or marbles. Both represent same object, no matter. This is the last category. So we have chapter divided in these 4 broad varieties of possible questions in probability. So I will discuss each type of questions one by one. First we will discuss the coins. Before going to coins and discussing about the coins, I wanna explain you a simple term. Probability of any event, how defined be favorable, or you may say number of favorable outcomes divided by total or all possible outcomes. Generally, we write over here count of, like tossing a coin will get two possible outcomes, head and tail. So we will not write over here head and tail, we will write their count. How many possible outcomes? 2. So we will write over here 2. There is a term which we use, which is very frequently used in probability, sample space. How we define the term sample space? It is a set or collection of all possible outcomes for any event. For any event. As the event changes, the possible outcome changes, the sample value or the sample space for the event will change. Got it? So sample space, it is a set. Set is a terminology which is used for the collection of some identical groups or items. It's a chapter in class 11 maths you will study. It is a set or collection of all possible outcomes for any event. As I told you, as the event changes, their possible outcome changes, so their possible sample space will be changed. We'll see in the examples. Remember to learn the formula for the probability. Actually, students always get confused. I had seen in the class 9. Probability of any event, number of favorable outcomes divided by, either you may write total or all possible outcomes. Both signify the same. You will not write the all possible outcomes upon total outcomes. All means what? Total number. Now we'll see case of one coin. Possible outcomes for the one coin will be head and tail. So this is the sample space for tossing a one coin. If I will toss two coins, possible outcomes will be head, 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 tail, tail, head, tail, tail. This is a possible sample space for two coin tossing at the same time or one coin toss twice. Got it? As the event changes, possible outcomes is changing, so sample space is also changing. In case of 3 coins, possible outcomes will be head, 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 tail, tail, head, tail, head, tail, 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 head, tail, 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 head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Head, head, tail, tail, head, head. So see, when we toss 3 coins simultaneously or the same coin tossed 3 times, we will have this possible sample space. So now, one more important question that comes in my mind is how I will identify number of possible cases. Like, अगर मैंने 1 coin toss किया तो मेरे पास 2 outcomes हैं, as you all know. If I will toss 2 coins, I will get 4 sample cases. We'll get 4 possible cases or sample space of 4 possible outcomes. Agree. But if we will toss 3 coins together or simultaneously, we will have only 8. हो सकता है 8 से ज़्यादा भी हो सकते थे या कम. But how I determine कि only 8 possible cases will be there. Now if I will toss 4 coins, what number of possible outcomes will I have. So there is a formula to identify or to define number of possible outcomes, and the formula is let me explain this formula. Formula is possible outcomes for the same object, then whole power number of objects. Like what? If I will toss a coin, let's forget the number of coins. We toss a coin. Possible outcomes for the object is how much? 2. If you will toss 3 coins together, this will become 2 to the power 3. So the possible outcomes will be 3. Now if you will throw a dice, one dice, possible outcomes is how much? 6. Again forget the number of the object. So in case of dice, throwing a dice, we have the 6 possible outcomes. So if you take 2 dice together, the possible outcome will be 6 to the power 2, which is 36. So this is the formula, possible outcomes for the object, then the whole power number of objects. We had seen the simple space for the coins. Which type of question generally asked? Like what? I am taking a case of 2 coins. Probability of getting exactly 1 heads. Exactly 1 heads. So probability of an event in case of tossing 2 coins together. So the possible outcomes we have 4. How many cases when we have exactly 1 hand is 2. So the probability will be 2 by 4. Your answer will be 1 by 2. Leave it as it is in fraction. No need to find the value, specific value in decimal. So this is the method to find the probability of any event when we are sure or having. So when we will toss 2 coins together, head, tail, head, tail are the possible outcomes. This is for exactly. If I ask you what will be the probability, then there will be no heads. Again, possible outcomes will be 4. No head means what? This is a favorable case. Both have tails. So the answer will be 1 by 4. What is the probability of getting 3 heads? The answer will be 0. Because in case of tossing 2 coins together, you will never get 3 heads. So the probability of the event will be 0. Now, what is the probability of getting at least 1 head? Now important, this is still lower, or at least and at most, because most of the students always confused in this terminology. At least 1 head in case of coins 2 tossing together. At least, how you may remember this? Minimum. Or in other words, generally I used to suggest students to remember it as a passing marks. कम से कम अगर हम कोई भी एग्ज़ाम दें तो उसमें देयर इज एन क्राइटेरिया टू पास द एग्ज़ाम टू स्कोर अ सर्टेन मार्क्स. सो लाइक in our education system 33 is generally considered as a passing marks. So out of 100 if you will score 33 you will pass, but my question is that if you will score 70 you will be failed. No, as you all know. So in case of at least one head, the favorable cases will be what, where the condition minimally satisfied, like at least one head. So when we see the outcomes, दिस इज अ केस ऑफ टू हेड्स. क्या इसमें एक हेड है या एक से ज्यादा नहीं? सो दिस विल नॉट बी अ फेवरेबल केस. यस, देयर इज वन हेड इज इन दिस केस, आल्सो इन दिस केस, एंड वी विल सी दिस केस आल्सो. दिस इज आल्सो satisfying this condition. How? Because it is containing two heads. It indicates that it have at least one head. ना एक से ज़्यादा है तो भी चलेगा, तो therefore it will be our favorable case. So in this case the probability will be total possible outcomes 4 and our favorable 1, 2, 3. So the answer will be 3/4. Exactly one head we already had seen this case and this case. Now I will see another terminology which is at most two heads or at most one head. When we talk about at most, it indicates maximum. And the way to learn, maximum questions you may attempt in a paper. Suppose you have a paper of maths exam which contains 10 questions. Maximum possible questions, how much you may attempt? Yes, of course, all the 10 questions. But is it compulsion for everyone to attempt the 10 questions? No. Maximally possibly you may attempt all the 10 questions. Few students may attempt 9, 8, 7, or some very intelligent students attempt at least 1, 2 questions. So maximum possible questions which you may attempt in the paper will be the maximum question given in the paper. So this indicates at most. So when we talk about at most one head, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एक head, तो हम चेक करते हैं इसके लिए हमारे पास पॉसिबिलिटी क्या है. केस 1 हेड, क्या इसमें मैक्सिमम वन हेड है? नहीं, इसमें वन से भी ज़्यादा है, तो ये हमारा फेवर का नहीं है. हेड टेल, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एक हेड, हाँ, इसमें मैक्सिमम कितने हेड हैं? 1, इट्स फेवरेबल केस. टेल हेड, इसमें भी मैक्सिमम कितने केस हैं? 1. टेल, इसमें कितने हेड हैं? 0. तो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हमारे पास क्या होना था? केवल एक हेड होना था, तो इसमें एक से कम हेड हैं, यानी इसमें 0 नंबर ऑफ हेड्स आर प्रेजेंट. So it will also be our favorable case. So the answer will be 3/4. At most means ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एक हेड, एक से कम भी होगा तो चलेगा, एक से कम means 0. So in this case there is no head, so it will also be considered as your favorable outcome. So similarly you may practice on 3 points. Now we will come on dice. When you throw a dice, possible outcomes will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many cases we have? 6 different possible outcomes. In case of throwing one dice. If I ask you find a probability which is greater than, find a probability of getting as a result number which is greater than 3 and a prime number. और सिंपल पहले थोड़ा इजी एग्जांपल देख लें. What will be the probability of getting an odd number? We'll see how many odd numbers we have. 1, 2 and 3. So the answer will be 3 by 6 for what? Odd number. For even number, again your answer will be 3 by 6. Multiples of 2. Answer will be 3 by 6. What will be the probability of getting an prime number? Remember, 1 is neither a prime nor a composite. ना ही वो prime है, ना ही composite. So prime numbers we have 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, and 5 is a prime number. Again, your answer will be 3 by 6. You may simply write all them 1 by 2. What is the probability of getting a composite number? Sorry. We'll see. 1, no, it is not a composite number. 2, it is not a composite number. 3 is not a composite number. First composite number is 4 and the second one is 6. So answer will be 2 by 6, which is 1 by 3. What is the probability of getting a number which is neither prime nor composite? So we have one number. So our answer will be 1 by 6, because it is a case of neither prime nor composite, and total possible outcomes will be 6. If I ask you, what is the probability of getting a number which is greater than 3 and a prime number? So when you will see the outcomes, total possible outcomes will be 6. Number greater than 3, we have 3 numbers 4, 5, 6. But out of these 3, only one number is prime, which is 5. So answer will be 1 by 6. What is the probability of getting a number which is greater than 6? So your answer will be 0, because it is an impossible event. When you throw a dice, you will never get an outcome which is greater than 6. What is the probability of getting result less than or equals to 6? Less than or equals to 6, your answer will be 6 by 6, means 1. It is a sure event. क्योंकि जब भी अगर हम डाइस को थ्रो करेंगे तो हमारा रिजल्ट या तो 6 आएगा या 6 से छोटा आएगा. So there are so many possible cases when we throw a dice to ask a question. Different ways. Like what else you know also? A number which is greater than 2 and less than 5. By getting my question and you will throw a dice, what will be the probability of getting a number as a result which is greater than 2 and less than 5. So the number which is greater than 2 are 3 and 4, 5, 6. But the number must be less than 5. So 3 and 4 will be two favorable outcomes. So our answer will be 2 by 6, which is 1 by 3. So these are the possible questions based on one dice. Now we will see a case of 2 dice. Firstly, I will write what? Sample space. As I shown you yesterday, that the possible cases in case of 2 dice throw will have 30. How? We have the possibility कि हमारे first die में 1 आए, तो second में साथ में 1 भी आ सकता है, 2 भी आ सकता है, 3 भी आ सकता है, 4 भी आ सकता है, 5 भी आ सकता है, और 6 भी आ सकता है। एंड दिस इज नॉट स्पेसिफिक कि हमेशा फर्स्ट डाई में 1 है, फर्स्ट डाई में सेकंड 2 भी आ सकता है, देन सेकंड डाई में 1, देन 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5 and 2, 6. Similarly 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6. 4, 1, 4, 2 up to 4, 6. Similarly 5, 1 up to 5, 6 and 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6. So these are the 36 possible outcomes in case of throwing 2 dice. Now what type of question generally asked when we see the question based on 2 dice concept? The first one, what will be the probability of getting a duplicate? What is duplicate? Number on both dice must be same. Number on both dice must be same. So we'll see the possible outcomes. We'll have 6 favorable cases, which is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5 and 6, 6. So these 6 are favorable cases. So the answer of getting duplets will be equals to 6 upon 36, which is 1 by 6. So this is the first very important question always asked when we talk about 2 dice. Another type or varieties of the question which generally asked in CBSE board is based on sum. Sum, what is sum? Sum of the numbers come as a result in 2 dice. Like you will see, this is 1, 1. The sum will be 1 plus 1 is 2. This is 1, 2. The sum will be 1 plus 2 means 3. So we'll see the cases of getting sum. What will be the probability when we'll throw 2 dice of getting sum 1? The answer will be 0. Probability of this event equals to 0 by because the minimum number that come as a result on dice will be equals to 1, 1. So sum cannot be less than 2. So probability of getting sum to be 1 in case of throwing 2 dice will be always equals to 0 because it is impossible. So the sum cannot be 1, it can be 2. So when sum will be 2, our favorable cases 1, 1. So probability of this event equals to 1 by 36. क्योंकि हमें सम 2 केवल एक ही केस में मिलेगा जब हमारा रिजल्ट क्या हो 1, 1. Sum equals to 3 will be possible when 1, 2 and 2, 1. So these are the 2 favorable cases because when you will add these 2 numbers, you will get 3 as a result. 1, 2 or 2, 1. So the probability of this event will be equals to 2 by 36. Or you may simplify and you may write it as a 1 by 18. Sum equals to 4. And this will be possible when 1, 3, 2, 2 and 3, 1. So probability of this event equals to 3 by 36, which is 1 by 12. And we'll talk about sum equals to 5, and we have 4 possible cases 1, 4, 2, 3, 3, 2 and 4, 1. So probability for this event equals to 4 by 36, which is 1 by 9. Sum equals to 6. This is possible when 1, 5, 2, 4, 3, 3, 4, 2 and 5, 1. We are getting, I am taking all the examples. First we had taken the example of duplets. Now we are taking the examples of sum. So what different possibilities of sum in case of throwing 2 dice? Sum cannot be equals to 1 because the minimum possible output for any dice is 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So the sum will begin from the 2. Then sum for 3, sum for 4, sum for 5. What I am doing here, I am writing the favorable cases for the corresponding event. Sum 5 means what? जब हमारे डाइस पे फर्स्ट डाइस पे 1 आ जाए और सेकंड पे 4 आ जाए, या हमारे फर्स्ट डाइस पे 2 आ जाए, सेकंड पे 3 आ जाए, या हमारे फर्स्ट डाइस पे 3 आ जाए और सेकंड पे 2 आ जाए, या 4 आ जाए एंड 1 आ जाए. So these are the possible cases which is favor and provide us the sum of the numbers equals to 5. So the answer will be 4 by 36, which is 1 by 9. Now we were seeing the sum of 6, 1, 5, 2, 4, 3, 3, 4, 2 and 1, 5, 1. So the probability of this event equals to what? 5 by 36. If you will see sum as 7, possible outcomes will be 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 4, 4, 3, 5, 2 and 6, 1. So the possible probability will be 6 by 36, which is 1 by 6. Similarly, you will move and will check for the sum 8, 9, 10, 11 will be your part. Now I am showing for sum equals to 12. So we have again one possible outcome, which is 6, 6. So the answer will be again for this event will be 1 by 36. So these are the some basic questions that generally board exam asked, either for the sum concept, for the duplets. I am also sharing some more questions which may be possible to ask. What will be the probability? What will be the probability that the second number is greater than first as an output? The second number must be greater than first. So 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6 will be favorable case. 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5 and 2, 6 will be our favorable cases. 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6 will be our favorable cases. 4, 5 and 4, 6 will be our favorable cases, and 5, 6. So these are the favorable events when I am asking to calculate the probability of getting the second number greater than first. If I will count these events, these possible outcomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So my answer will be equals to 15 by 36. If I will ask you of the probability getting the first number greater than second, my answer will be simply, अगर मेरा first number greater than second होगा, तो in other words you may say second number will be less than first number. Answer will be 1 minus of this. So 1 minus of this will be equals to 21 by 36. So you may try so many questions based on the pair of dice.